Hey guys, Ike here from Mike'sOutdoors.com. In today's video, I'm going to share a safety tip for hanging ladder stands. Okay, so when it comes to hanging tree stands, always take somebody with you. Even if it's not someone who can physically help you take the tree stands, make sure you can take somebody with you. In worst case scenario, they can call 911, they can give first aid, they can help you out if you have broken a leg or something like that. Falling from a tree stand is serious business. I always prefer to hang, almost any other stand but a ladder stand. Ladder stands to me are the most dangerous to hang. And the reason that I find them the most dangerous is a couple reasons, but one, you can't use your safety harness and your lineman's belt with it, and you can't grab hold of a tree. You're out away from the tree, so you can't use your safety harness with the lineman's belt, and it just feels a little bit more dangerous, especially as you get toward the top. Now, when you get a ladder stand hung, they're probably one of the safest stands out there to actually hunt out of. They're just, to me, the most dangerous to actually hang. The other reason that I feel like they're the most dangerous to actually hang is in all my years of experience hunting. This is my 29th season. 2020 will be my 29th season, so 2021 will be 30. I've hung a lot of tree stands, from homemade tree stands to pin-up tree stands to homemade tree stands to homemade lumber tree stands that we've built, to use climbers a lot and use ladder stands. And the only time I've ever been injured by a tree stand was a ladder stand, and what I did was I had to lease the tree stand up, and the center part was going toward the tree, and that's the only part that I had secured to the tree. And as I got higher, the bottom of it actually kicked out, and the whole tree stand twisted on that actual center point, and it threw me out onto the ground. And luckily I escaped injury, but I did end up severely bruising the heel on my right foot from landing on it. Lucky I didn't break my leg or do something even worse, mess my knee up or injure myself badly. And I was in a position where I could actually walk out of there even with the bruised heel, but had a deep bruise on my heel, and if you never had a deep bruise, it hurts. And on your heel, I limped for about 3 months. So what I do now when I hang ladder stands is use a couple of ropes, and I'll show you how I use these to hang ladder stands and make them more safe. Once you see this video, you're probably going to see these. If you're buying some of the newer ladder stands, you're probably going to see them already on there, and that's where I got the idea from, because my new ladder stands pretty much have these built in. If you're using old ladder stands like I've got here, I've got 2 ladder stands that have been in the woods for a long time, and I brought them home to refurbish them. I'm going to go ahead and add these to them. Now, I'm going to make mine removable because I don't want to use a whole bunch of rope. But what I did was I cut a 16-foot piece of rope, and your length may vary depending on the height of your tree stand. These are 15-foot ladder stands to the seat, so that'll give me plenty of extra rope to get these things tied securely. I tied an overhand knot on one end, and if you're not familiar with an overhand knot, basically you pull it up a loop like that, go over your hand, bring it back into your palm just like that, go under, and there you go, overhand knot. I mean, it's simple. The explanation is really exactly what it is. So I tie an overhand knot in the end of it, and then on this ladder stand in particular, I'm going to come up and go right here on this bar that is right behind where it goes to the tree. I'm going to put my overhand knot through there. I'm going to run my rope back through it. I'm not using any kind of just special rope. This is, like I said, this is removable. So I'm just using a rope that I bought at Walmart that I think it was weight rated for 400 pounds. So I'm just slipping that on there and securing it just like that. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put one on each side. One on this side, one on this side. When I get to the tree and get this thing up into the tree and get it secured, I'm going to put the middle in with a jack strap. I don't use one of them little pull it tight. I use an actual jack strap and jack strap the middle to this thing really hard and really tight. I'm going to take these and I'm going to cross them over behind the tree and wrap them around the back side of the tree, and I'm going to tie them back to the ladder, and that's really going to hold everything in place while you're climbing the tree. It really makes it foolproof to where it's a lot harder for that tree to actually, or for that ladder stand to actually come away from the tree. The problem, one of the main problems that I run into with ladder stands They don't want to fall when you're down at the base. They want to fall when you're all the way to the top and you're making that transition to the top. You get your weight back away from the tree stand, and it really wants to pull back. So another tip that I have is when you're doing this, keep your weight as close to the ladder as you possibly can, especially as you get to climbing higher and higher. Keeps that ladder buried in the ground, hopefully, and keeps it from wanting to tip away from the tree. But that's what I'm doing with this, is basically just wrapping this around and tying it to the ladder and using that to secure it to the tree while I'm climbing up. Now I'm going to take this out and put it against the tree, and I'm going to show you how I'm securing this to the tree. I'm not actually going to climb into this because I don't have anyone here with me. I'm here by myself, so I'm not going to take the risk of climbing up in this thing and falling. Now I'm in the middle of town, so it ain't no big deal if I do fall, I guess, but I damn sure don't want to be injuring myself if I don't have to. So let's take this thing out, let's put it up in the tree, and we'll show you how these ropes work. Okay, so I got this big oak tree in my front yard here, and that's what we're going to use to put this thing up. Another little tip when you're putting up a ladder stand is I like to put it all the way up against the base of the tree, and I want to make sure that there's no, my phone's going on, I want to make sure that there's no big roots coming out or anything like that, that the bottom rung on that is going to catch on and cause it to rise up. What I want is I want those two bottom legs on this, I kind of want them to catch the ground, but I want to be able to push up against that tree at the first. So I got this thing put together. I've got the middle out of it right now, and when you do this, you want to make sure these ropes are out where they will not get pinned up against the tree or get tangled up or anything like that. So I like to toss them off to each side, and left to the left and the right to the right. Keep them from getting pinched up against the tree. And be sure when you do this to make sure that if you're transporting this in and you had those things rolled up, unroll them. And I give that advice because these are things that I have done in the past, both of those things. So let's go ahead and get this thing up. We're going to get it right up against the base of the tree, and we're just going to walk it up from here. And I'm running. Hey, that method's not going to work for this tree. Maybe I'll bring it over here a little bit. No, too tall for that tree right there. Okay, so for the purposes of this demonstration, I had to take the bottom rung off of this thing. I don't have a lot of trees to choose from in this yard. I thought this one was going to work, and it's about the only one that's even close to working, but we've got to make do with what we've got. So the first thing I would do in this situation, if this ladder stand was actually the full 15 foot tall, is put my middle in, and I would actually use a jack strap to secure that. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take our two ropes and we're going to wrap them around the back side of the tree and tie them to this ladder. So you can see there, we're just going to crisscross those. Now if the middle was in here and the bottom was placed nice and secure, when you pull this thing tight, you're going to tie it. I like to wrap it around the rung, wrap it around the outside, and then just simply come back over, take your tail under, and pull it tight. And I'll do that a few times on both sides. Okay, so you can see there with that pulled tight, it's going to want to keep your top from coming away from the tree. Even without the middle in there, even without these things being super tight. If that middle was in there, I'd really be able to get those things super tight and really be able to pull those down, and it would secure it that much more. So with those on there, now I have the security to go ahead and start climbing up, and can get up there without a whole lot of fear of the thing actually pulling away from the tree. Like I said, with this being, if I had the middle in there, it'd be a lot tighter, and I'd be able to pull all that slack out of there and really be able to get that thing sucked against the tree nice and tight. Okay, so something I want to add before I wrap this video up is those are also really handy for when you're taking a ladder stand down. So if you remove those after you've put a ladder stand up, if you go to change it, move your location, you want to take it down like I'm doing right now, you want to refurbish them, take those ropes in with you, climb up, install them, climb back down, put them on there nice and tight so that ladder stand is secured to the tree. When you go back up and remove the jack strap, then you can untie them off the ground, you can pull that ladder stand down, and you've done it safely, and then in that case, you hopefully won't fall because you've got that added security of the ropes when the jack stands are removed. The jack straps are removed, not the jack stands. Caught it. So I hope this tip helps you guys out. I hope that this keeps you guys safe. That is one of the things that I do on all of my ladder stands to keep them secured up against a tree when I use them. A lot of the new ladder stands come with ropes, come with some kind of strapping, some kind of webbing to get you that do the same thing. So you can get those on a lot of newer tree stands. If you have a lot of old tree stands, this is a really good way of doing it. You only need one set. Once I put the jack strap on the top and the jack strap on the middle there, I'm going to take those things off, use them on my next tree stand. When I put it up, do the same thing. I'll take it off then. So I hope this guys helps you. I hope this helps you guys out. I hope this helps keep you guys safe. For more product reviews, how-to videos, and hunting videos, be sure to check us out, Ike's Outdoors. Be sure to follow us on social media. We're under Ike's Outdoors on Instagram and Facebook as well. And be sure to like, subscribe, and share these videos. We really appreciate all the support you guys give us, and it really helps us out if you do those things. So appreciate you guys watching this, and stay safe out there.